if there's a gun to your head, when are we gonna see the Shakur tanks, the Shakur Devin, the Devin tanks?
There's only one fight that is really
the one.
Like, if we were like gonna be for real, like,
keep it on. What's the fight?
My opinion, because we talking about like skill and like boxing, like all around boxing, right?
Yeah.
Because we ain't talking about somebody that just got a good jab or what.
Yeah.
We talking about like all around.
Do everything.
Yeah, boxing.
Yeah.
Me and Tank the biggest fight.
That's the one.
It's the biggest fight in the world.
Yeah.
Like, it's gonna be the biggest boxing fight in the world when it happens.
Y'all, what you think? Like 147, 140?
Nah, hell no.
135?
35, 40, I don't know. I can see it happening not too far in the future.
Really?
Yeah. I think Tank will sign that contract. Dang. And I'm going to sign a contract.
Boxing fans, get ready because the lightweight showdown everyone's been waiting for is finally locked in for November 15th. So mark that date. Gervonta "Tank" Davis versus Shakur Stevenson, a fight that for years was just speculation, online debates, and non-stop rumors. But now, thanks to Turki Al-Sheikh, the key figure behind bringing massive boxing events to Saudi Arabia, it's finally becoming reality. For Gervonta Davis, this could be the fight that defines the final chapter of his rise. While for Shakur Stevenson, it's the moment he's been chasing his entire career to prove he's truly the best fighter of his era. And to make things even more interesting, Floyd Mayweather somehow finds himself right in the middle of the conversation. This isn't just another big fight. It's a clash of completely different styles. Davis brings explosive knockout power that can end a fight in a split second. One shot that can instantly turn off the lights. While Stevenson is a master technician in the ring, a defensive genius who rarely gets hit, frustrating opponents by making them miss and then making them pay for it.
I'm gonna keep it like real. I'm gonna keep it 100. A lot of people feel that Tank is just a power puncher. I don't think that. I think that he's a very skillful fighter. I think that the power just along with the skills, he's so strong, he clip people that people forget that he's that skillful. But I think that he's very skillful. I think that he's gonna pummel Frank Martin, and he's gonna think that he put on a crazy example, and he's gonna feel real tough. Frank Martin, not me. That's all I really got.
This is the ultimate clash of raw power against surgical precision, but Shakur is much more than just a defensive specialist. He's fast, sharp, and incredibly unpredictable, and this is the moment he's been building toward for years. He's constantly called out Tank, showing no fear of his knockout power, and confidently claiming he's the #1 fighter in the division, and now he finally gets his chance to prove it all inside the ring. But nothing about this fight will be easy because Gervonta Davis is not just another opponent. He's a ruthless finisher, a dangerous force who steps in with bad intentions and is always ready to chase a knockout from the very first bell.
More fights, and I'm naming names. One of the guys, obviously, you and Shakur got into it on Twitter. You was like, you wanted them 6 or 7.
Yeah, he's definitely one of them.
For sure?
Yeah, he's definitely one of them.
Do you think that's gonna be your hardest fight?
Hell no.
Nah?
Wow.
Cause he a good boxer, nigga. Like, that's when I look at y'all two as the best in the division.
How? Show me something that he did spectacular. Show me something that he did outrageous. Show me.
Right,
his power not outrageous.
Okay.
What defense?
You don't think he got defense?
He just jumped back. You never see him slip no punch. You never see him slip no punch. Go look at it. You see him back up from a lot of people. Back up, move around, move around. He don't got no technique. And his offense is the same thing. If you go look at his fights,
so you
I
feel
probably
like
put him on game.
However, one thing many professionals often point out about Shakur Stevenson's style is that he can be extremely cautious at times, often avoiding risks in situations where he might get caught clean, with some critics even labeling him hesitant during exchanges. And everyone already knows who carries the most devastating punching power in the sport: Gervonta Davis, the hardest hitter in the division, who has the ability to change the entire fight with just one clean shot.
A fight with a single clean shot.
Skillful technique fighter. Yeah. You know, can't take anything away from it. However, scared to get hit. Scared to get knocked out in front of the world. Scared to get touched up in front of the world. And
are you saying that off of the last fight or just
in general?
In general.
In general.
Yeah.
In general. Me and Shakur sparred before. We did 3 rounds, and it was just light work. And me trying to figure out his jab. Does he have a good jab? Yeah, he does. But once you pass his jab, it's game.
Yeah.
It's food. It's lunch food. I am the best. I don't see no contract that says Shakur's name on there.
Yeah.
So until then, I'm going to say and talk my stuff.
Yeah.
And if you want to come that way, then come that way. I mean, you have investors that are with you, and that's great, but they understand that they cannot have you come this way. because I am.
This fight has been building for a long time, with Tank and Shakur never truly seeing eye to eye, as they've traded verbal shots for years across social media interviews and even face-to-face moments, keeping the rivalry alive and turning it into one of the most talked about tensions in boxing.
What have Shakur done? What have he done in the sport? He haven't done nothing. The young one is looking more better than him.
Who that?
The Keyshawn. Keyshawn looking way more better than this. I keep screaming his name. He haven't done nothing. Keyshawn haven't even done nothing.
So what do you say to those who
I
might
keep
be
saying his
afraid?
name for.
So what do you say to those who might be saying that, you know, Tank is afraid of Shakur?
Afraid of what? Afraid of what? Us fighters, if we're afraid of something, it gotta be somebody hitting us and hurting us. Like, he don't have no offense. Everything is defense. Defense only win in basketball and football. That shit.
This isn't just another boxing match for either man, it's a battle for supremacy, a fight to determine who truly rules the lightweight division. Shakur has long believed that Tank is overrated, while Tank has always dismissed Shakur as too safe and not exciting, and now the moment has finally come to settle that argument inside the ring. What makes it even more interesting is Floyd Mayweather's involvement, as he's now surprisingly backing Shakur in this situation, despite being closely tied to Gervonta Davis for years, mentoring him, guiding his early career, and helping turn him into a global star. But over time that relationship began to fall apart as Tank pushed for full independence, refusing to stay under Floyd's shadow and choosing instead to build his own legacy on his own terms.
People don't know that what Floyd do. He said.
So you feel like it was a sub, like he was subbing you, like, oh, like
he was going at me. He was going at me, and I knew for sure he was going at me. That's why I went at him. There's no reason for me to go at Floyd.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Cause it's weird. I feel like y'all got, I would say love, hate, but it's been like the last interview you showed them love. This week it was whatever. But is that sometimes like, you know, is it just like big bro, little bro seeing things different, or what is it to you?
No, Floyd don't never. He felt as though I'm at that point where as though I passed him. And I'm doing it at a young age. Wait, like when Floyd was 29. You'll see, bro.
Yeah.
That deal that I'm talking about?
Yeah. Oh, that's a part of the
deal. He don't know about that yet. But that's bigger than his deal.
Damn. Wow.
And I'm just releasing
this
it.
Exclusive. That's exclusive. Bigger than Floyd deal?
Yeah.
Tank no cap, nigga.
Floyd is now working closely with Shakur Stevenson. The same man who once played a major role in shaping Gervonta Davis's rise is now standing in the opposite corner, guiding one of Tank's biggest rivals, adding even more drama and tension to an already massive showdown. Floyd has even gone on record saying Shakur Stevenson is the top fighter in the entire division, and many people see that as a direct message aimed at Tank. The tension between Floyd Mayweather and Gervonta Davis has been building for years, but now it feels like it has reached a whole different level, almost more personal than just business at this stage. The fight is no longer only about skill or titles, it's about pride, legacy, and proving a point to the world. Tank wants to show that he never needed Floyd to become who he is, and that he can succeed completely on his own terms. But before he even steps into the ring with Shakur Stevenson, he still has another challenge in front of him with Lamont Roach.
Down. Thank you.
And let's be honest, this isn't really the fight fans, or even most pros, were asking for. Tank and Roach have already faced each other multiple times back in the amateurs, with Tank coming out on top every time, so there isn't much excitement around this matchup, because a lot of people feel like the outcome is already decided. Many believe it's a foregone conclusion that Tank handles business once again and walks away with another win before moving on to something much bigger.
Roach is as familiar with Tank Davis as he is. It goes beyond them fighting in the amateurs. They've spent time in camp together. He's been around Tank. He's seen Tank up close and personal, whether he's in the ring with them or not. That matters. When you know a guy's rhythm, when you know their speed, when you know what they're thinking, that changes everything, you know? Saying all this to say that because I know we got a lot of people. It don't matter. When he get hit, he going to sleep. Just wait for it. This might be a fight until he gets hit. And again, he's tasted that before. So if he gets hit and he doesn't go away, we got a fight on our hands, you know? I think it's a good fight. I think that there's better fights for Tank Davis. But this is
the real fight everyone actually wants to see is Gervonta Davis versus Shakur Stevenson, and that brings up one big question: why is Tank focusing on other opponents instead of making that clash happen right now? Some believe it's because he may already be planning his exit from boxing, with rumors suggesting a possible retirement after 2025, which makes every remaining fight feel less like a long-term run and more like the final chapter of his career.
25 is after next year. I'm out of it.
After our second fight.
You're out of it?
Yeah.
Care to elaborate on that?
Out of the sport.
After our second fight. Nah, no, I'm gonna win, bro.
If that really is the case, and he only has a handful of fights left, then the expectation would be for him to take on the biggest possible challenges in the sport, names like Keyshawn Davis, Devin Haney, or Shakur Stevenson, but instead he seems to be going for matchups that don't carry the same weight or significance in the bigger picture of his legacy, which is raising serious questions about why the most anticipated fights are still not being made.
But, you know, when you look at Shakur Stevenson, when you're looking at, you know, these other fighters that he should really be fighting, you know, he don't want to do them fights. He wants to retire.
Yeah.
So don't come and but don't come and come at me.
Yeah.
And go, oh yeah, let's give it all, you know, very big bollocks, and go, oh yeah, let's give him some stick, and then make out like we want the fight, and then we send an offer over, and then you fight for 15 million, and yet you fight Lamont Roach. Don't do all that. Do you know what I mean?
It was a real offer. That was true then.
It was a real offer. We offered. I said, listen, you keep talking shit. My promoter's gonna get back to you in 48 hours. 50 minutes. Initial offer sent over. You know, but was it Unquell didn't let him out to play? His boss didn't let him out. That's it. So he wants to talk about 50 million. First offer. First offer.
There was room to negotiate.
Of course there was. But he's an idiot. I don't even know if...
But now with this leaked fight date circulating, it finally looks like he's moving in the right direction and making the kind of decisions fans have been waiting for. One thing is clear: Tank is evolving. Big changes are happening inside his training camp with a fresh setup and a completely new approach. Most notably, Derek James has stepped in as head coach, taking control of the team and bringing a new level of structure, discipline, and strategy to his preparation, and physically Tank is looking like a completely transformed fighter, arguably in the best shape of his entire career, stronger, leaner, and showing a noticeably higher level of focus and sharpness. However, despite all these upgrades, there are still concerns around his discipline outside the ring. With Calvin Ford no longer around, many believe Tank has lost that strong guiding presence that used to keep him controlled and accountable, and there are still rumors coming from different corners suggesting his lifestyle hasn't been fully locked in, with distractions still present and questions being raised about whether his focus is truly where it needs to be at this stage of his career.
Been to the streets, I know you ain't focused. Better tighten up.
That's why I got everybody out of there. That's why I got everybody out of there. Can they see my page again?
Better tighten up.
Now that's the exact type of thing Calvin Ford would never have accepted. Of course, Tank is still working hard and putting in the training, but the real question is whether he's truly as locked in as he needs to be at this level, because if he steps into the ring against Shakur Stevenson without being fully focused, disciplined, and completely prepared, then it could end up being a very long and tough night for him once the bell rings.
People say that Shakur Stevenson then is the next big thing in the sport.
For one, I really think the fans don't really see nobody beating Shakur. When people bring up him and Tank, when I see and I go read like little stuff about it, they really be debating. It don't be like, oh, Tank is gonna destroy this guy, and all everybody is saying is, no, that shit be like real debates. Like, no, this Shakur, this, that. And then not only that, now you see Shakur moving up in weight, he's filling out, he's dropping this dude. He went crazy that last fight. That last fight was like kind of crazy. You go back and watch, that was crazy, you know, so now I think people is getting another insight on Shakur, like, nah, this kid, he been kicking ass for a long ass time now. This kid probably really is the real deal. You feel what I'm saying? He getting his just due. At this point, I really think it's just about giving him that one example. That one real name, that one person that can go 100 miles per hour with him, from round 1 to round 12. A new generation.
Shakur Stevenson fully understands that this fight means everything, and he truly has the skill set to potentially pull off the upset against Tank.
He's strong. I think if anything, I mean, we're all strong, but and you guys might not like this, but I'm gonna just go ahead and say it. The thing we know about Terrence Crawford, when he gets in the ring, he's so strong here, there's nothing you can convince him that he can't do. And I felt like I was getting that same sort of mentality from Shakur. I'm wrestling with Shakur. I'm locking down Shakur. And Shakur, I would think if I was Shakur, I would have been slipping out of it and getting back on my speed. He's trying to go toe to toe with me and outmaneuver me and pick me up and things like that. I'm like, hey, this kid got some strength, but more than the physical strength is the mental.
If he manages to beat Tank, he instantly establishes himself as the undisputed top lightweight in the world. But if he comes up short, it could seriously damage the aura and reputation he has built over the years, making this one of the most defining moments of his entire career.
It's gotta happen. There's no way the fight don't happen. The best of the best versus the best, and I can't wait for it.
What would happen between you and Gervonta?
I'm going to win, for sure, 100%. I think that a lot of people going to bet the other way, and a lot of people going to lose money, but the people who bet this...
For Tank, this fight is all about legacy. He's long been known as a devastating knockout artist with explosive fight-ending power, but now he's under pressure to prove he's more than just a puncher.
Talk about Tank is, Tank brings something different. You know, back in the days, everybody had something. Muhammad Ali was a mover boxer, George was a puncher, Ernest Shaver was a puncher. Everybody had something they brought to the table. Larry Holmes had a jab. Mike Weaver had overhand right. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has something. That division now is full, and Tank having to be the knockout guy of the division. He the one with the main knockout power. Garcia has it too, but Tank got that real knockout power that, like, if Tank hit one of them clean, usually they gonna have a problem. So it's like, I like Tank. Every now and then, I think when he knows he can beat somebody, he probably don't lock in as hard, but I think when they bring challenges, he locks in.
Yeah, he fights to the level of competition. He was doing that a lot.
And he got to be careful of that.
2 fights ago, he was really doing that.
You feel me? So you got to be careful of that, because if you come in and think somebody is not at your level and you underestimate them, it can get you beat. So that's the only thing I think you got to be careful of. Other than that, Tank...
The big question is whether he can actually figure out a pure boxer like Shakur Stevenson. Can he break down a fighter who is so elusive, so technically sharp, and so hard to hit clean?
Fuck no, I ain't never been knocked down a day in my life. I ain't never really been, like, hurt in no fight. Like, far as, because people took when I said this wrong. Like, I got hit with a body shot before that I felt. They could, like, if you want to call that hurt. But I'm talking about, like, somebody hit you in the chin with, like, people say you chinny and all that kind of stuff. You ain't got no chin. I never, like, felt nothing, no chin shot where I was buzzed or hurt or nothing like that in no fight that I had, so. And sparring, fight, anything. So.
Gervonta Davis is running out of time. He's already talked about the possibility of retiring after 2025, which means he only has a limited number of fights left in his career. And if that's truly the case, then every remaining fight has to carry real weight, every opponent has to add something meaningful to his legacy, and every performance has to matter at the highest level.
I ain't never been knocked down a day in my life. I ain't never really been, like, hurt in no fight. Like, far as, because people took when I said this wrong, like, I got hit with a body shot before that I felt. They could, like, if you want to call that hurt. But I'm talking about, like, somebody hit you in the chin with, like, people say you chinny and all that kind of stuff. You ain't got no chin. I never, like, felt nothing, no chin shot where I was buzzed or hurt or nothing like that in no fight that I had. So, and sparring, fight, anything. So, nah.
I want to do therapy, right? But I feel as though if I do therapy, it will lose the fire that I have inside me. I want everything out of me, Wes, so I don't never think about fighting again. I don't think about even getting angry, you know what I mean? Because I have 2 girls, 2 daughters. I wanted to be much softer, you know what I mean? Be more humble and things like that.
Shakur might have better defense. At the end of the day, I still think we haven't seen the best Tank Davis. That's what people always, power. We still haven't seen the best Tank Davis. And Shakur, for the most part, he comes forward. Tank Davis, all he takes is 1 shot. He's a very patient fighter. He doesn't throw a lot of shots, but every shot he...
So that wraps up today's video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to drop a like, hit that subscribe button, and turn on the bell notification so you never miss any of our future uploads. Don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear what you think. Stay tuned, and we'll see you in the next one.